Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Alpha Central titled Attention Seeking Woman is Angry That Only Ugly Men Want Her, which honestly easily translates into only average men are approaching her, which she is upset about. Now, today's video was suggested to me by Matrix of Madness. I'm going to leave both of their channels linked in the pinned comments, so make sure you go and subscribe to these guys. Don't forget to leave your own comments, and let's jump right into the video.
Would you rate me out of 10?
Who's asking, you or him?
No, what would you rate me out of 10?
A 9.
What can I do for the extra 1 point?
Leave me alone.
You got me there.
I bid you good day, sir.
How many of you guys were thinking the same thing as that guy up there? These women should leave men alone instead of forcing them to shill for her spicy page that nobody pays for.
Like main character syndrome.
Of course I do.
So you like to be the center of attention in every room?
To be fair, I don't love attention on me, but I know that I give off that aura effortlessly. When I walk in a room, naturally people do all look because I do naturally strut around without meaning to.
Okay, shout out to you, Beyonce.
Main character syndrome is one of the least appealing qualities that a woman can have, but these women openly flaunt it as some sort of a flex. If they are the main character, then most men would want their money back.
Does your husband have any say in how you dress when you come out the house?
He shouldn't, because you should yourself have that respect for yourself. But a lot of girls here, specifically in Miami, dress half naked all the time, if I could be honest. I would never dress like that. I have a family, I have someone that cares for me, and I just don't like to be that way.
So when a woman comes out the house and she's dressing provocatively, is she trying to send a certain message to people?
In my thinking, I think you're sending a message of like, okay, like I'm letting everybody know that I'm available.
There are countless wives and girlfriends who go out dressed provocatively. That doesn't mean that they're available, but it does mean they are willing to disrespect their men just so that they can get attention.
But that's my way of thinking, though. I can't speak for everybody.
And what led you to think that way as a woman?
Because, again, I have a daughter, I have people that I care for. So when I think of my daughter dressing like that when she's 16, 17, we know what guys think, we know what girls think, we know what the message sends. Even if you're not trying to, even if they do it because they think it's cool, you are going to send it because you're showing parts of your body that don't need to be shown, you know?
It is not too much of an ask for a woman to dress respectfully if she's with a guy, and if she refuses, then she has zero respect for herself or anyone around her, including the man.
Sat here and watched you say several times, my husband never calls me beautiful. And not once did you decide in this moment to turn and say, you're beautiful. Because there's a whole bunch about not having the same emotional bandwidth to be able to communicate maybe the same way she does. She can be overly expressive. But there's another thing about just showing common decency to your wife. Yes. Your wife has literally said, you don't call me beautiful. And not one bone in your body thought to turn and tell your wife she's beautiful. Even right now.
Has his wife ever said that he's handsome, or how he makes her happy, or even something nice about his shirt? She's demanding all sorts of affirmation, but we all know she gives him none in return.
I'm fascinated by, I'll say it, I'm absolutely fascinated by the way the mind works, hive works. I'm fascinated.
Next
I cover it on my show. You are correct. It is trending.
And that's why
when Emma gets up and does a video and says something like it's chic to be divorced before you're 30, it is absolutely fascinating to see how someone's mind can be so warped. You know, in the same way that I think it's fascinating when anybody does anything crazy or says anything crazy, and I cover it on my podcast. You know, I am not knocking it at all. I just tell people what the facts are.
She is absolutely right. Modern women think that it's trendy and hip to get divorced. The virtue of loyalty has lost to an internet trend that has ruined countless women.
Choose this lifestyle, and here is where you are 99.9% likely to lead in your life. You are probably not destined for marriage. You're probably not destined for a stable relationship. Men are going to not want this long term. You can say it 1,000 times. You can have 1,000 cultural examples, and women's still got to go out there and be, you know, because they're about their money and about a Cardi B song or whatever it is. So yes, I think it is fascinating, and it is why this is why I talk about it on my podcast and why I'm very interested to talk to you guys. I hope you guys feel that I've been respectful in listening to, your lifestyles, even though it's so different from mine.
These women legitimately think that hooking up with a whole bunch of men, ruining men's lives, and being as unpleasant as possible is liberating and empowering. But all it does is make things worse for them at the end of the day.
To have my life fully funded by men.
I'm just curious, but why does it seem that a lot of women out there have this particular mentality? Why do they deserve to have their lives paid for? I mean, why?
I want my nails paid for. I want my toes paid for. I want my shopping paid for. I want my hair paid for. I want my makeup paid for. I want everything paid for.
There's actually a term that very accurately describes someone who has to live off of the lives of others.
It's somewhat unfair to be comparing modern women to parasites. Medical science has at least discovered treatment for things like ringworm, but there's no curing women like this.
And you know who's going to pay for it? You are.
The saddest part of this is, and it's not the fact that they're basically advertising that they have no marketable skills and are having to live off of their looks alone. I wonder what they're going to do when they're not in their 20s or even their 30s anymore, and they start progressing towards their 40s and their 50s. I wonder if they actually have any job skills. No, but the saddest part about this is that there are actually a lot of men out there that would be more than happy just to pay for it to get her attention.
This is the exact reason why simping is completely pointless. No man should ever have to pay their money on a woman who demands compensation just for showing up and breathing.
This is reviewing my Tinder matches as a newly single 30-year-old, just trying to find love. The bio says, looking for friends, don't hit me up on some weird shit. I have a boyfriend. So I obviously said looking for friends on Tinder is quite literally insane, not gonna lie. Then I reported her. Just like principal.
This man's first mistake was actually thinking that he could use Tinder to find love. The only thing you're going to find on Tinder nowadays really is, at best, something that requires antibiotics to fix.
Mickey Mouse in your back.
Why is there an Avengers behind you?
Because the Avengers is cool and you're how old with Mickey Mouse in the back?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, there is.
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is.
Don't be a hater just because you can't afford to go.
Can't afford to go is crazy. I make more than you do in a month in a week.
Really? By doing girls?
How'd you know?
You look like the type that flaunts their body on the internet.
You think that's an insult?
The only flex that these spicy content creators have is that they make more money than the men who insult them, which is funny because that's one of the biggest things that men actually do not care about.
Not a gentleman anymore, you don't feed ladies. I'm still a lady. Maybe a lady of the night, but a lady.
I feed ladies that I'm interested in.
So you're not interested in me. I was being too nice. I can talk like a New York, I can get like that, but I'm trying to keep it cute. So you can pay me.
I'm not paying you. That's out the window. I don't even know who you are.
Who raised you?
What?
Who raised you? Your mother be proud of you right now?
Would your mother be proud of you?
You tucked his shirt in. Every girl out here knows what that means. That means you're ready.
This man's mother would be proud of him for not wanting to pay for a woman who sells her body on the street corner. That is a man with morals and values, which are two things this woman absolutely lacks.
Oh, nah, you crazy as hell.
Signal, like a Batman signal.
Oh, I'm untuck my... What you got to know, like, your tricks, how they know?
I just follow them.
You just follow them? So this is what you be doing. This is not new to you.
Yeah, you're not special.
I know I'm not special. I don't even want to be special to you. Yeah, I'm never going to be special to you. This ends here.
So you just get free content and I get nothing.
Absolutely. You followed me. If anything, I feel the type of way.
You feel the type of way.
Because you followed me. I'm who I am. You know what I'm saying?
There is no sense in arguing with women like this. She is so damaged that anything you say will be met with petty insults and rampant entitlement. The only real thing to do here is just to walk away.
I would wonder, so if I saw this Instagram and then met this person in person, I'd be wondering whether every single word and emotion and personality trait that I was witnessing was even real.
This man is not wrong. It's a shame we have to do this, but women who base their value purely on the attention they get on social media cannot and should not be trusted until they prove otherwise.
So is this a sociopath?
I don't think so.
No?
But it's a person that is obsessed with simulating a certain life. And this is a simulated life, and this is not, we're not seeing anything
now,
of real life.
In person, what would this person likely be like?
They would be very suggestible, very easily swayed by social trends.
How about the person they're with?
Probably superficial, artificial. The person is very driven by, I want this person so I can show them to other people. The same kind of person who wants this is very similar to the same person who wants a car, a certain type of car, just so they can show it to.
Social media is kind of creepy in how rarely it represents actual reality. It's just another simulation of people who want to be something that they're not.
Both do OF.
You both do OF. Good. Congratulations on opening a small business. What type of content do? You put a Ring camera in. Oh, what do you do? Put a GoPro or someone.
Their quote-unquote career choice is honestly nothing to be proud of, and if you openly admit it in public, then you have to accept that you're going to get endlessly roasted by the public.
Just go in there, hey! A lot of stalactites in here. All right.
Been buying new outfits after my breakup.
Damn! You ever get broken up with so bad you started OnlyFans? When you started OnlyFans?
Him.
You broke up with him?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're on your own, and you're like, you know what's next?
Yeah.
Look at this! Look at it! So what type of outfits you're buying?
This is actually one of my new outfits.
That's one of your new outfits. What do you think you're gonna do with that?
How many of you guys think that she broke up with her boyfriend because he didn't want her starting up an OF page? It wouldn't be surprising in the slightest if that was the case.
What do you think? What do you think you're gonna do with that? It's like just look at it. What is it? What do you think? It's like you got fishnets on. What are you going to catch a bat? What are you going to?
I took pictures of videos yesterday.
You started yours too, right?
I did a long time ago.
You just retired? How do you retire? 2 weeks, no more seeing it.
Before I got taken down.
Your work was on before I got taken down.
Yeah, and then she started. After her, I got back on.
They're trying to make the story about how they sell their bodies online sound reasonable and average, but there is nothing about their choices that is reasonable.
You saw her and you were inspired. You were like, you ain't gonna be the only one in the mouth. You like girls, okay? Like the only one licking cootie.
And the sad part is we have multiple generations of women who decided to ruin their lives by doing this garbage. And these women don't realize, once they join that world, there is absolutely no going back.
First off, if you have to disable the comments because everybody's taking that man's side or saying you're wrong, you should probably just remove this video in the first place. Now, you're upset with that man because while you're filming yourself taking outfit pics in a coffee shop, he's uncomfortable and he tells you that it's a lot, which it is, to the point where you film this video to post online as his punishment to try and embarrass the man, as well as take a photo that you posted, now deleted, to mock the man, sarcastically saying that he's your boyfriend.
These women long for any opportunity to shame men online. They legitimately think that it's brave to demean the character of a good man just because he disagrees with how she dresses.
Which I didn't get to screenshot because you blocked me. Now, there is a time and place for everything. The coffee shop is not one of them. People are there to study, to work, to drink their coffee in peace, not be in the background of your social media content. The coffee shop is not your personal film studio. You can film this nonsense at home. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
That's because these women have been encouraged to believe that they are the star of some massive movie, and anybody who disagrees is just jealous of their quote-unquote main character energy. It's so annoying.
Let me just say something real quick to black women with love. You have your wig on, right? And then you put on a headband. I think that you think you're fooling someone, but we know you're just covering up the beginning of your wig, or maybe your edges ain't got laid down right, or maybe you're balding right here from all of those chemicals that you use. Stop doing that. You're not fooling anybody, and it's very weird, okay? So just know that we're not dumb, okay? In case you were wondering. No, we're not dumb.
What's funny is how even when these women get called out for their obvious wigs, they'll either try to gaslight the man or just rampantly insult him for not being able to handle a quote-unquote real woman.
36, and I've been seeing this guy 33 for a few months now.
While we started with the intention of something serious, I was the one who suggested keeping it casual because I didn't think he was where I wanted him to be in his life. He's 33, he's flat sharing, doesn't have a car, etc, etc.
Oh dear.
We've been clear about boundaries and we both agreed that we would continue this dynamic until either of us find someone we want to settle down with. He has a 22-year-old female flatmate who, according to one of their other flatmates, has feelings for him.
Oh God.
The 22-year-old has said things like she really fancies him, has never been with a black guy before.
If this dude ends up sleeping with her female roommate, then she's not allowed to be upset since they were never exclusive and that was her insistence. So she has no right to complain if he moves on.
And even, I've been on so many dates, but no one compares to him.
How do you know?
Yeah, I was going to say, have you been on a date with him?
Yeah, how do you know?
He claims she's not his type and he brushes it off, but their closeness is making me jealous.
Oh.
Over Christmas, he took her with him to visit his family in Manchester.
What's going on?
Where they stayed with his dad and his sister from Christmas Eve to Boxing Day.
That's his girlfriend.
She also went with him to his birthday celebrations at his family home earlier this month.
Seems like he's found the woman who genuinely likes him and isn't willing to postpone a relationship just so that he can improve himself, quote unquote, to be worthy of her. This reeks of jealousy and pettiness, in my opinion.
What's going on?
32 and 33.
That's why I'm confused, though.
When I brought this up, he reassured me that I'm his type and that he's not interested in her. But the situation still bothers me. Here's the thing. I know I'm just his friends with benefits and technically I shouldn't care, but I do. I like what we have. He's kind, he's caring, he treats me well.
Oh. So girls are terrible,
No,
man.
we do this all the time. But now that somebody else is like, oh, he's kind, he's caring.
Nah, we're terrible. Oh, Lord.
She started off this by saying that things were going to remain casual until he gets his own car and house, but she also doesn't want him to look at anyone else, which means that she wants control, not companionship.
I literally straight up asked my ex-boyfriend, how would you feel about me hooking up with other guys?
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you every guy's worst nightmare in the flesh.
Literally just like that. He reacted not well.
How else did you think he was going to react? He is not Diddy. Wait, this is all Diddy's fault, isn't it?
I'm not joking, he lost his appetite. He was literally in the middle of lunch. He was like, I can't even finish my food just thinking about that.
And I bet 17 chicken nuggets. That is exactly the reason why he is ex-boyfriend.
I was like, okay, boundaries understood. I will not ask again. I never brought it up again, never even thought about it.
She thought about it. If not, how and why is she telling us?
I totally respected it. But hey, it doesn't hurt to ask.
The ex-boyfriend literally told her how much it hurt, and she is saying it doesn't hurt to ask. The Delulu is too strong in this one.
How can she respect the boundary when she effectively admitted that she wants to violate every boundary that he has, and yet she can't understand why her ex-boyfriend felt so disrespected at that moment?
Like, damn, I really never had a guy stay with me, and it's like, I'm going food shopping for this house. I'm going to get a couple of other things. I'm getting something for everybody, and he really went. He came back, had groceries for everybody and everything. I'm thinking, this is my dream man. I love it. He even had a jury, like, look, close your eyes. I was like, close your eyes vibes. Like, I'm thinking I'm living in awe. I closed my eyes. He opened his attendance rate, so he got me whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, you buying things. So now he said, I want to take you on a date. So I'm like, I'm thinking steakhouse. I'm thinking, big old lobsters. You know what I'm saying?
She hasn't listed one thing that she has done for this guy, and she's not acting grateful for any of the things that he'd done for her. He's literally bought her groceries, and she can't even say thank you.
Like tennis bracelet to make you think that, okay?
Right. I said, yeah, we're gonna eat some lobsters, Lamborghinis.
He was driving a Lamborghini?
No, I thought I thought we was finna eat some Lamborghinis or whatever. The noodles. Well, whatever. Anyway, I thought we was eating, but he just wanted to go to a burger
It just
shop.
hit me. You mean linguine.
That's the one, yeah.
Okay.
Linguine pasta can be purchased at a store for less than $10, and yet she somehow thinks that's more expensive than any other pasta.
What brings you out here? What brings you out here if you already have guys?
We want to get drunk. Girls' night.
Define your girls' night. How come girls' night can't be at the house drinking over there?
We just want to get drunk. Why would we get drunk at the house?
Because I just want to get drunk.
Yeah.
Why you want to do it in public with other guys, knowing that they're gonna hit on y'all?
I usually FaceTime my boyfriend 24/7 when I'm out.
But
Why
not
does
right
it matter?
now.
Just because we have a boyfriend doesn't mean we can't be in public if there's other males around. That's
But why not at the house though? Why there's
why
no
not
guys?
at the house? Because why does it matter?
It's because they want the attention from men, and the very prospect of those same men going somewhere else to alcohol to have a good time apparently just pisses them off to no end.
Why they got look this good?
My boyfriend go out so I can go out.
But where does he go out though?
It's music. It's good vibes. It's good energy. We're in the city. We're at a bar. We're getting drunk. Like, it's Cinco de Mayo.
Or is it because there's a lot of guys here and y'all crave the attention?
Definitely not, because there's a lot of guys here.
I bet if the roles were reversed, they wouldn't be too happy about their boyfriends going out.
Am I the for walking out of my own birthday dinner because my girlfriend turned it into her celebration?
Modern women are incapable of caring about other people. That's why they don't see any problem with making any event about themselves at the cost of other people.
So my 25 male birthday was last weekend. I don't usually do anything big, but this year a bunch of my friends were in town, and my girlfriend, 23 female, offered to plan something. I was genuinely excited. She made a dinner reservation at a nice place I've been wanting to try, and said she had a little surprise planned. That surprise was that she invited a bunch of her friends, like 6 of them, people I barely knew. One of them I actively dislike because she used to hit on me when my girlfriend and I first started dating. My girlfriend brushed it off, saying it would make things more fun and lively. Whatever, I tried to roll with it.
So let me get this straight. Her surprise for his birthday party was to invite her friends to his party, and when he addressed this legitimate problem with her surprise, she brushed it off as if it was nothing. The disrespect is on full display once again, guys.
But then at dinner, it just got worse. She spent the entire time talking to her friends. I was seated at the far end of the table next to 2 people I'd never met. She didn't even sit next to me. When the food came, they all toasted her for organizing everything and started talking about her upcoming promotion.
All right.
Her best friend gave a speech about how she deserves all the happiness in the world.
My birthday. What?
Not one mention of me or my birthday. No cake, no toast, no happy birthday, nothing. I literally just sat there while everyone gushed over her for 2 hours. Eventually, I got up, paid for my portion of the meal, and said I wasn't feeling well and left. I didn't make a scene or yell, I just quietly left. Later, she texted me saying that I embarrassed her in front of her friends and ruined the night. She said she tried really hard to make it special and I was being ungrateful. A few of her friends have messaged me saying I was being immature. Still, no happy birthday, no apology, just told me I was being dramatic and should be thankful she even organized something.
Yeah, get out.
I guess the dinner really was all about her. So yeah, I ended things.
There you go.
Good for
Very
you.
Good. That's what I want.
You have to give this guy credit for handling this disaster with grace and dignity. Even though she pretty much ruined his birthday, he decided that the best course of action was to leave, which is honestly good for him.
The thrift store and this guy kept following me around.
Okay, so far not so good.
I was like, what do you want? Like, you're being weird. And then he asked me out on a date and I was like, what would make you think that I would say yes? You're so ugly. And then it made me realize, like, every time I leave the house, it's always ugly, old, creepy men that follow me around stores. And I'm like, why would you think that we're in the same league? And it really messes with my head. Like, it really messes with my confidence because I'm like, maybe I am ugly. And, like, if I don't have my, like, beauty, then what do I have?
A personality? There is more to a person than just the way that they look. And might I add that looks don't stay around forever. And not everyone was gifted with good looks. So, yeah, just no.
But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.